Paul, it's an interesting point, and there's been a lot of talk about the right to switch. And there was the story last week about some employers potentially using software to monitor their employees' productivity. It comes back to trust, doesn't it, really? That if you don't have the trust in your staff, they're not going to stick around, and you're not going to have a good reputation, which will cause your business damage in the long run.
Yeah, it's a two-way thing, the trust, I think, Jess. Like back to say when the pandemic first struck, I was interested listening to Dorothy there talking about how culture has always been kind of a central focus for them. It hasn't in reality for Clubforce. I think the pandemic, not that it was a wake-up call, but it kind of gave us a realization that the people within our business were vitally important. There was a very good organic culture kind of growing anyway. I think there's a great team spirit. And aside from the pandemic, I think one of the things we want to retain is that team spirit. We're lucky to have a young and adaptable workforce, and they set the tone really for how we operate as a business. And it was only really towards the back end of last year when we, through the pandemic, I suppose, had a rethink about the strategy and the direction we were heading in and how we were going to achieve it, and set ourselves on a slight kind of course correction more than a real shift in focus. But one of the things we did was put a focus on culture and put the culture in the hands of the employees. So there's a group of volunteers. There's 9 of them in the group. We have a team of 28 people, so one in 3 and somebody from every department. They've taken it upon themselves to set the culture for the business, and they've created what is called a culture club. If there's any Boy George fans out there, and they kind of set the tone. Really, they decide how they can influence the business in terms of social events is one part of it, of course, but it's more about how we can improve business processes, work together, mind each other. Like the most recent thing we would have done was a communal darkness into light, with everybody doing it from their own hometown or the nearest place they could do it from. So I think really everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet on this call, at least. But the relationship between the company and the employee has to be one of trust. Now the pandemic probably pushed us into kind of a leap of faith in terms of the whole working from home thing, and I think that idea of being able to switch off is still crucially important. Do we get that right all the time? I wouldn't say so, and I suppose it speaks to the culture within the business that we deal with volunteers who operate out of hours. You know, people are doing this in their evenings and weekends, and we've built a reputation around customer service where we're available to them in those hours. You know, so there is a kind of a willingness to work outside of those hours, but it's how you make it up in other ways and give people the kind of the free time, the flexibility to work in a way that suits them. I mean, it's doing the school runs and things like that, you know, that kind of give people the freedom to run their work life in a way that suits them, and not that kind of 9 to 5 expectation or 9 to 6 or whatever, you know.